All right, volume, fake breakouts, good breakouts. Let's go over it. So, what volume actually measures is the number of shares or contracts traded in a period, right? It tells you how many people are coming in and buying, where the liquidity is at, and then our conviction would probably just be like a good candle close with a spike in volume, right? So, high volume, lots of traders involved, strong interest. So, if we're pushing to the upside, and there's high volume, the volume candles are very large. It's probably going to continue. Now, to know if it's going to continue is on the pullback. If the pullback has lower volume, then you're good. That's more than likely the trend will continue. If you're pushing high and the volume is low, that means that there's weak interest, weak conviction, right? So if the stock is making a higher high, but the volume just dumped from what it was, it's like less than half of what it was on the way up. We might want to hop out of that trade. We might want to see if we're overbought. Are we approaching a 200 EMA? Are we uh, underneath a 21 EMA? Like, why is there no volume here? What's going on? So, yeah, it's a confirmation tool. Breakouts with high volume is a real breakout, and a breakout with low volume is a fake breakout. And that's a perfect example of what we just did right now. So, granted, this could still fall, right? But our trade was this retest. It was right here, 734.60, right? Down to 732. So we caught that trade, actually to about 733 on this candle. Yeah. So look, I said SPY, $50 put, just a lot of quick in and out, right? We were oversold on the 5 minute. So if we get a quick push down, I'll probably just hop out. We hit 40%. I trimmed 70%. It went to, and then came back. My stop was at that 40%. So it triggered it and I was out for 40%. So that's still a great trade for a quick trade. The reason why I got out of this trade is because this candle right here, right? Look at this. We're coming down, right? Let's go over the trend. So first thing in the morning, what do you see? You see a bearish candle. We open lower, right? We had a push down, failed to make a higher high, and then volume is pretty high in the morning to the downside. So now on this pullback candle, right? This is also a key support. So technically, yes, we would look for bounces right here, but we're not looking for bounces right here because we just gap down. So we know we have to be patient today. We have to see what the market is doing, right? So this bearish volume on the 5 minute time frame is going towards this key level, and then this pullback that if you took long, you might want to sell. Why do I say that? Because look at the volume, right? The volume is literally almost half of what it was on that pullback up. So that tells me that there's not a lot of buyers here, right? This is more than likely a continuation to the downside. You get this candle, you could say, oh, the bulls took over. They didn't really take over. Still less volume than initial, right? Than the initial open. And that's an indecisive candle. You see these wicks? You should watch my video if you haven't. Go to my learning videos for beginners. And this candle is not a strong candle close. I wouldn't be convicted to take it to the upside from that. Sure enough, we break below, and then we have that spike in volume to the downside. So now we wait for the pullback, and waiting for and this is just off of volume. So like there's obviously more key factors that go into it, but just off the volume, right? We wait for the pullback. We get this pretty big pullback, but look at the volume still. It's half of what it was. So you know that the pullback is good. Are we oversold? Yeah, we are oversold, but obviously we don't want to go up. There's no buyers. So if there's no buyers there, I'm not going to take it to the upside. So wait for another conviction, right? Wait for the candle close back below this key level. with that spike in volume, take that retest down to at least the previous lows, right? And then that's how you could read these candles. So that was our downside move. You see how every time we push down, these red candles are bigger than the green candles for the pullback. So now we're falling. We have this trend. We go from, we'll do a little, well, whatever. That's not really good, but you can do something like that, I guess. This is our trend down, and we hit this bottom. So we have approached a key support, and we have what? This pullback isn't the same anymore. Even though we broke this key support to go further to the downside, I'm not staying in this trade. This is my cue to sell because volume just took over on this candle close, and that's an indecisive candle, but for the bulls, right? This is a strong close for the upside. Now, if this closed red with that volume, there you go. Go wait to see if you get to that next support. But it was green, right? So the bulls took over. And then look at that. Reclaim, retest, and go up. Now, how far are we going to go? We could go all the way back to 735, 737.5. We go all the way back up. This could be a complete change of character, right? But that's how you can tell to exit your trade and where a potential reversal would be on volume. So fake breakout, that is kind of a fake breakout. Let's go to AMD. So the trade that I did today on AMD was actually another fake breakout, and we sold perfectly. So we were oversold. We were in the middle. I had this key level at 451, about 452. I was like, okay, cool. I didn't even have this level here, actually. I put that there later. I was planning to take it to 461. Now, as this broke out, I was like, okay, cool. Clean break, strong spike in volume. This retest, half of it, I could take it. But then this candle closed strong. There's a strong candle close. But what happened to the volume, man? There's no volume. This doesn't want to continue up. I'm taking my profits, especially on a contract that's $1,200. This is $1,200 invested. I'm not messing around with it. If it doesn't look good, I get one thing off, I'm out. Does the RSI look good to the upside? It does. It looks like it should push up. The candles look strong. They look like they should go up. Everything looks like it should go. It broke pre-market highs and retested them. It should go up. That's like 3 different reasons to go up. But the volume's not there. The taper up. We don't have any buyers. So fake breakout, and then ended up reclaiming, retesting, and falling. So now volatility, right? Volatility is different than volume, but essentially high volatility will have high amounts of volume because the moves are happening way faster. They're bigger, right? It's like high volatility is big swings and higher risk because the premiums are going to be high on the contracts, right? You're going to pay more for those contracts, and they're going to go a lot faster in either direction, right? So that's why it's higher risk, because if a SPY in the money contract is like $500 and it's a high volatility day and we got news coming out, and it's just wicks and jumps and liquidity sweeps, like it's going to jump fast, right? And you can lose it very fast. It's very hard to respect the stop loss if you don't have it automatic. Volatility is your risk and opportunity gauge. High volatility, more setups, more danger. Low volatility, slower market, cleaner trends. So I like low volatility. I don't like the stress. I'm like a very cool, all I need is a cool buzz and some tasty waves. If you know that movie, comment down below because you're a goat. If not, watch it. So low volatility, slower market, cleaner trends. That's how it is. So it's like this is pretty low volatility. There's nothing crazy fast happening. It's just a nice clean bear flag. Cool. We could take that break and retest of it to the downside. Where are we going? At least to the previous day high we could bounce off of. That's a good take profit. 437 to 431, 431. Stuff like that. Like I like the trendy days that aren't crazy. Um, and this could very well. I mean, this was a trendy day too to the downside. It just wasn't as clean as I would like to see it. Like, look at the difference between this downside move. Even we'll take off everything. This is a good downside move, yes. However, it's not compared to Tesla, right? If we just compare the two, which is cleaner. I mean, this Tesla is way cleaner to me. Where's a clear level for me to get into? Right here is. Right there would be a good level for that retest, right? I would take that. That's a clean break and retest. So 735 down. Tesla, this is a clean reverse. This is a clean. We're going to the downside move, and then we bear flagged, took it down. You could even use this as an entry, right? This is just a lot cleaner of an entry. If you're unsure, if you are not sure of the bear flag, and you're not sure of the volume, like the volume wasn't really there, so I wouldn't have necessarily entered off of this bear flag until this happened. Then it's like, okay, cool, clear spike in volume. I will take this retest to go further down. It's kind of like our confirmations, right? Same with here. Um, this is a clean candle close below this level with a major spike in volume. We could take this retest, right? It's just a confluence to use to help you, right? I don't know if there's any. Let's see if there's any. Okay, 21, 8, 200, 200 pre-market. Orb, kind of. But so the 8, all right, we were in between the 8 and 21. We broke below them both and then retested the 8, and the 8's your trend, right? That's your friend. So I would do that and just use it as a confluence. Volume, volatility, all take a part. So that's why I don't really go heavy on news weeks. We still kill it. We still hit our trades. But I personally just am risk on. I don't want to risk anything crazy. I treat it like a business that I'm trying to grow. It's your boy Mike Lowy. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Everyone in the Discord is eating. Everyone's learning. I love what I do, and I love showing people how to do this. I mean, this is a skill that could pay you. If COVID ever happens and you get laid off, you don't have to worry about it. You know why? Because you know how to make money. You don't need anyone to tell you what to do. You could just do it yourself from your comfort of your own home. And I love this stuff, man. So comment on any questions or any videos you want more on, and let's get it. DM me Discord if you want to get in.